Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to the Sunday recap, my weekly vlog where I talk a little bit about my last week in games. Let's start with EVE Online, and it's been a little bit less than average EVE Online. I think that it's partly due to World of Warcraft, but it's also partly due to my job in real life. It's very busy there, and we are also going to move offices in a couple of weeks, so we need a lot of preparation, lots of meetings, lots of stuff to do there, and as a result I don't always have too much energy when I come home from work, so it's been a bit less than average. I did keep up with the blueprint copy business, a pretty good week for that. I kept up with the PI, I did a little bit of exploration, really hardly any, and I tried to go and take a look at Burn Jita, which is happening at the moment. But it's a complete tie-dye fest. There are now so many people there, the gangs are so large as well, those fleets are pretty damn massive that it's you know, in my opinion, not the best experience either. It's really cool that they're able to blockade Jita in this way. It's also really cool if you can produce some destroyers, especially some catalysts, because you're making lots of ISK that way. But when you want to try to actually witness a gank, or if you want to try and take some footage there, it's pretty damn difficult, because it takes a pretty long time for them to reorganize the fleet from time to time. You never know which target they're gonna take. And then when it does happen, the tie-dye is just absolutely enormous. So good luck to everyone during this Burn Jita. I do think that it's really awesome. It's only in EVE Online that something like that can be done. And yeah, the Imperium is pretty serious about it, so they keep coming back and they keep going after all of the freighters and the transport ships in and around Jita at the moment. I wonder if they blockade any of the player-owned trade hubs, but I do think that when it comes to actual goods, so anything that's not safe like the Plex, which you can put in your Plex vault, that Jita 4.4 is still the go-to station. When it comes to the future for EVE Online, well, the March release is looking quite promising. Of course, lots of rebalancings that the player base has been asking for a pretty damn long time. After that, well, April, we're gonna get towards FanFest, so I do expect lots of information to start to come out in the form of dev blogs, dev posts, and all of that good stuff when it comes to the future plans for EVE Online, especially that new ship that we have seen. We've already seen, I saw one picture of a potential Society of Conscious Thought battleship, but there's also this strange ship that opens up and that creates some sort of a ball of energy in the middle there. I'm really curious to see where all of that is going, and especially if we're gonna get some live events in the game as well. Next up, we have World of Warcraft. I've been playing a good amount of World of Warcraft, not all that much, not as intensely, I would say, as the first few weeks there, but I am in Mists of Pandaria, which I enjoy a lot. I absolutely am blown away by that world. Looks a lot better than most of the older content. It's super smooth as well. You're, I would say, almost twice as fast as in Wrath of the Lich King, as in Northrend. So it's a very smooth experience, and you can definitely have a lot of fun there. I love the atmosphere, I love the visuals. It's a very bright colored place in Mists of Pandaria, and well, panda culture is pretty damn cool. So overall, I'm having a lot of fun going through the quests there. That's really all I'm doing. I haven't really done any dungeons in the last few weeks. When it comes to World of Warcraft, I've just been chaining the quests, getting some nice XP, and in Mists of Pandaria, it's such a smooth experience that I really don't feel like I'm going to be any more efficient by running dungeons there. The quest hubs are so well centered, the way you get 3-4 quests at the same time, go to a certain place, finish them all up, come back, get 3-4 for the next place. It's just a really smooth experience. Compared to Wrath of the Lich King, this is absolutely blissful to level up in Mists of Pandaria. In fact, I think I'll go over level 90 quite easily when it comes to Mists, and it felt like a little bit of a struggle just to get to 80 in Wrath of the Lich King. So that's definitely a jump that you want to make as quickly as possible. For the future there, once we get to or just above level 90, we'll take a look at the next expansion, Warlords of Draenor. Not sure what to expect there. I'm just mostly hoping that the leveling experience there can be just as smooth, so that I can get into the final expansion, Legion, get my hunter to 110, and then start working on the heirlooms for my paladin, maybe get my professions up, maybe look for some cool pets for the hunter or something like that, and we'll see where we go from there. But I'm actually thinking of, once I get the hunter to 110, that I'll actually be able to slow down World of Warcraft even more, just do some sort of maintenance to stay acquainted with the game, to keep an eye on the patches and things like that, but not to go all too hardcore when it comes to World of Warcraft. Definitely mythic dungeons, stuff like that, are not on the program for me. Maybe some PvP. I think that doing some non-arena, so some battlegrounds, that could actually be pretty cool. Maybe work on some PvP gear, and then just, you know, wait for the battle for Azeroth in World of Warcraft. And then for my final game, we've got Diablo 3. I am working on the Barbarian for Season 3. By now I am level 70 and I've finished the first 3 chapters, which gives you 4 pieces of the set bonus. And so it's all about leaping and creating earthquakes with those leaps. So what is really important now, and it's gonna take a little bit of a grind, is that I get a specific boots power, legendary boots power, so that I can probably put it in Kanai's Cube, which gives me 3 leaps in a row before the cooldown starts. That is really going to up the damage and the potential and the mobility of that Barbarian by quite a lot, which I think I am going to do. I definitely want to finish the season, but first, before I go into Torment 4, basically to finish the season, I want those boots, so that I feel like I'm really ready to tackle all of that very smoothly. So that's going to be a little bit of a grind that I'm doing at the moment. But that Barbarian, honestly, I'm not taking the cookie cutter build which I've found online. I am adding dash in there, and so it gives me really incredible mobility while getting more and more rage, and then that big rage dump is there to reset my earthquakes. And so as a result, this is really fun. I'm quite surprised. I was always hesitant to go with something like that for the Barbarian. I really like Whirlwind myself, so there's already a set piece from something that combines Whirlwind with Rend and Dotting power, apparently. I think that would personally be my favorite playstyle, but I'm really surprised at the massive mobility that this Barbarian build has when you take dash, when you take leap, and then you just put up earthquakes around everything. Maybe add an extra earthquake on a rare pack or something like that, and just keep going. Time-wise, in the rifts, it's absolutely no problem whatsoever. You're just beating the timer like crazy because you're going through everything so very quickly. So really a pretty good time in Diablo 3 as well. And well, it's all about balancing the 3 games together at the moment. I am looking forward to still actually grabbing a Munin in EVE Online. That's, I think, something that I still want to do. In World of Warcraft, I just want to steadily keep up with a level a day. I think that's the goal at the moment. I do a little bit more during the weekend so that I can get close to the next 10 levels in a week. And then in Diablo 3, basically it's just gonna be grab the boots, finish the season, maybe make a video on that as well, but I'm not planning to cover this season for Diablo 3 all too intensely. And that was my week, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.
I will not be denied.